Alright, welcome to today's video. Today we will look at the top 7 beginner Google Ads mistakes. We've seen a lot of ad accounts, unfortunately, but these are mistakes that can have a huge impact on your performance. So let's check it out. Let's dive straight into it without further ado. Mistake number one of the most common one of the most detrimental ones as well. It can have a huge impact on your performance, and that's obviously if you have no tracking, bad tracking, insufficient tracking, even double tracking, all of that stuff. And we see it often. You have some random pixel install, it's kind of working, but not really tracking properly. And you have to understand, yes, of course, in the end, what you see in the backend matters, right? But the tracking is super important because that's the optimization signal you send to the campaigns, to the ad account. That's the signal for the algorithm, right? So if you have shitty tracking, especially in the beginning phases, it can really prolong the learning phase. You can waste a lot of budget. And also it makes the data in the ad account super unreliable, right? So that's definitely the biggest one. No tracking, bad tracking, or just insufficient tracking in general. Mistake number 2, wrong campaign type at the wrong stage. Quite a common one as well, because Google is quite confusing. You have so many options. You can do search campaigns, shopping ads, YouTube ads, demand gen, display. You basically have everything for everyone, right? And that makes it quite confusing. But at the beginning, there are only so many campaign types. I would recommend you to gather some data first. So obviously not every business is the same. It depends on the niche you're in, but usually I recommend to start out with a simple search ad. Keep it super efficient to gather some data first. And then for e-commerce brands, obviously shopping or PMax feed only. So you want to keep it lean. You want to keep it very performance oriented in the beginning. And not, for example, start out with YouTube ads right from the start. Obviously, YouTube ads are great, they can work, but they are usually something that makes sense for bigger accounts that have some good spend already and also some data as well. Otherwise, you can burn a lot of budget for the start. Mistake number 3, one of my favorite ones, is the over-segmentation in the beginning or zero segmentation when scaling at the later stage. Especially the over-segmentation in the beginning is a very common one. Why? Because you split it up in all these different sections and it looks so good. It makes so much sense in theory, right? But if you're just starting out, you want to keep it as simple as possible. But you want to consolidate it in the beginning. You are still in the learning phase. You don't have big budgets yet. You only have so much data. So you want to keep it simple. 1-2 campaigns, nothing crazy. Because if you split it up in so many different sections, so many different campaigns, it will take way longer to get out of the learning phase properly. So keep it simple for the start. And then later on, yes, of course, later on you want to segment it in a way where it makes sense. At least a simple high performer, low performer split. Segment the winners from the losers. Have a booster campaign for, I don't know, new products, whatever makes the most sense. So, but especially the over segmentation in the beginning is a very, very common mistake. Mistake number 4 is ignoring the search terms and the feed quality, so the traffic that you're getting to your store, especially in the beginning. And we often see that with eCom brands. They get started, they are hungry to get started, but they just upload some random feed. Nothing is optimized, not the titles, not the other relevant product attributes. You don't include the relevant keywords in the title, in the description, whatever. And you have to understand, for ecom brands, the feed is the targeting. So if you have a shitty feed and that's not properly optimized, it will influence your targeting. And especially in the beginning where everything matters, you don't want to have a lot of waste. You want to keep it efficient, you want to keep it lean, and you avoid that waste in the beginning. And that's why you want to keep it optimized, right? So an optimized feed, super important. A lot of people completely underestimate how important it is for your ecom brand, especially if you have a big catalog as well. Then there's so much opportunity for waste. So you have to really make sure it's on point. Cut out the waste right from the start. Make sure the feed is clean. The feed quality is good as well. All right, next mistake number 5, scaling budgets too fast. And that's kind of a luxury problem, of course, because yeah, it's going well, right? You want to scale, but we see it very often that advertisers want to jump up, scale too quickly. And we often see that with guys that are coming from Facebook. They are used to that platform. And you know, with Facebook, sometimes if it goes well, you can scale very quickly. You can double the budgets. If you have the momentum and you can scale, you can push really hard. And of course, you can do it on Google as well, but not that aggressively. So we don't have these big increases. We rarely double budgets with Google Ads. Sometimes we do that in the beginning phases when we want to be very aggressive and the momentum is strong. But usually we scale in 10 to 20% steps. That's the best without resetting the algorithm, without having your ROAS tank completely. And a lot of guys get surprised, like they are scaling the budgets and they make a lot of emotional changes and then they completely fuck the algorithm up and their performance too. So that's something we see a lot. Too many changes, too rapid changes, too explosive, too much at once. So that's very important. And it also goes in the other direction. Whatever you want to change in Google, you want to keep it very steady, very linear, not too explosive, not too jumpy. All right, number 6, no real strategy beyond, just turn it on and keep it running. So that's something we see quite a lot as well. And the reason for that is twofold. So first of all, figure out the real strategy, a real plan, where you want to go, what to do at this stage, what to do at that stage, what to do when this happens. It requires a lot of skill and experience as well. And also a lot of planning ahead, right? You need to be organized, you need to be structured. So that's a bit more difficult to implement properly. And also we see that a lot because it can work quite well to a certain point where you just like turn it on, it runs well. Your ROAS seems to be good, right? You scale to a certain degree. It seems to be easy, it's going well. So it can work to a certain degree and that's why you can have quite a lot. But the thing is, you will not maximize your potential on Google Ads, right? You will never max it out just like that, especially if you start to get some serious scale in the account. Then you will need a bit more. You need to split it up better. You need to have a better campaign structure, a better plan, better landing pages, better creatives, even depending on the campaign types you're using, right? So at one point, you just need to have it properly figured out with a proper strategy and the roadmap where you want to go to maximize your potential and your performance. All right, then last but not least, that's a big one for the bigger brands as well, especially for guys that have a lot of traffic, a lot of budget on Facebook as well already. It's ignoring the branded search traffic that you get to Google Ads, to your campaigns. And we see it quite a lot, even with agencies, like you think, oh, you're crushing it. You have a crazy, insane ROAS on Google Ads. Everything looks amazing. You get these reports from your agency, probably with a ROAS of 5 to 6x. And then if we get to do an audit and we check these accounts in detail, we often see that 50, 60, even 70% of this performance comes from your branded traffic. So people actually looking for your brand already. And most of your budget gets spent on that instead of new customer acquisition. So that can be very dangerous for brands who already have momentum going for them, already a lot of brand traffic, people actually looking for them. Because Google is like super effective in catching that demand in the lower funnel, right? With whatever campaign type, PMax, demand gen, even with search brand ads, like you can do it very efficiently, very effectively on Google, and that's great. And you want to do that to a certain degree, right? But you have to control it. You have to be able to control how much you want to spend on that and also control the CPC on that, because you don't want to pay too much for a click like that, right? When people are anyway already looking for you. So you want to keep that very efficient and you want to make sure you focus primarily on new customer acquisition. So that's a very sneaky mistake because, again, at first glance, it looks like everything is going great because the ROAS is great. But then you look deeper and you see, all right, 70% comes from brand traffic, barely anything comes from new customer acquisition, and that part is kind of unprofitable anyway. So yeah, definitely check that out. That can be a big one for you as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's just a quick overview of the most common mistakes we see in ad accounts. If you want to learn more, or if you have questions about your own ad account, maybe feel free to reach out to me. We can always book an audit if it makes sense, or if you have any questions, just drop it into the comments. And that's it for today. See you in the next one. Bye bye.